Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. I'm your host, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel, two-time Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, all-pro record-breaking cornerback, and the last cornerback to intercept 50 interceptions during the 16-game season era. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yes, sir. Clap it up. Man, week 15 in the books, man. Oh, man, a few of my predictions has came true, man, and yeah, shout out to YKW in the chat, man. He already spoke it into existence of what I've already spoken to existence. My predictions are true. They are well thought. They have a lot of thought in my. There's a lot of thought in my predictions, man. Don't just think I be throwing these things out. But anyway, let me bring on my co-host for the night, man. My co-host 2-3 Drees. How we doing out there, man? Philly's on, man. Yes, dang, sir. Man. Cowboys lost. The Chiefs lost. And Bo Nix snapped. Bo Nix looked great today, man. Hey, man. Hey, look at Bo Nix, man. Look at Bo Nix. Things, hey, listen, man. It was a good week of football, man. I like what I saw from the Buffalo Bills as well, man. They rallied back. And, they showed up, man. Yeah. But the closer we get to finding out, man, who these division champs will be, man, the more it's starting to look like playoff competition football, man. When you get late in the football season, that's when you want your team to be clicking on all cylinders, man, and playing high level football, man. And I've seen a few teams, man, look like they're ready to play in the postseason, ready to go for that championship.
Yes, sir.
But this late in the season, man, we hate to see players go down, man. And we've seen a significant amount of players go down tonight. And I'm not just talking about role players or, just any player. We're talking about key players on their team, man. Devontae Adams went down with the leg injury. It's a hamstring, so he should be okay, right? Michael Parsons went down with a non-contact injury, and reports are saying that that's possibly be an ACL injury, but we praying and prayers up to Michael Parsons, and I hope that ain't the case. And Patrick Mahomes at the end of the game, you hate to see those injuries late in the game, and that possibly may be an ACL injury, man. And you hate to see it. And also Christian Watson for the Green Bay Packers, he went down, man. A lot of key injuries today. Yeah. But that's what happens when it gets late in the football season, man. You never know what team or what players will be there healthy, and you have to prepare as a coach. You have to have depth on the team to get things done, man. But let's get into it. Let's get into this thing. We have to do things a little differently, like I told y'all last Thursday. They went on the live. Few people had to take off work, and we got the holidays going on and things like that. So let's get into it. We ain't gonna hold y'all up any longer. We are going to talk about this. All right. We see this good. Everybody sees this good, right? Mm-hmm. So the Dallas Cowboys, Minnesota Vikings beat the Dallas Cowboys 34-26. Man. And it's the same thing, man. It's the same tone every time we speak about the Dallas Cowboys, man. And this has been a long season for Jerry Jones. Let me just put that out there. Dallas Cowboys lose to the Minnesota Vikings 34-26. And the biggest take I see away from this in this game was the Dallas Cowboys they converted 2 first downs. They converted 2 out of 12 on third down. 2 out of 12 on third down. Now, don't get it twisted. Minnesota Vikings only went 2 out of 9, but they was 3 for 3 and had made some big plays on fourth down. That compensated for the lack of third down conversions for the Minnesota Vikings. But the Dallas Cowboys, 2 for 12 on third down. You're playing against J.J. McCarthy, a quarterback that isn't sure if he's going to be with the Minnesota Vikings next year. And what is going on here? Jerry Jones is trying to win the Super Bowl. Go ahead. What you say?
Now, I was just saying, J.J. McCarthy just had a career game right there. They got him reconsidering his position. Now they're like, oh, he might could be a starter the way he was out there making the Cowboys look.
Yeah, man. He's making me a believer too, man. I had a lot of pushback when I had to talk about I had a lot of pushback when I had things to say about JJ McCarthy, right? But let's get into a few of these individual stats, right? Oh, wrong game, wrong game. What happened? Am I at the right game? Here we go. Like you said, JJ McCarthy, he lit him up. Y'all hold on 1 second. There we go. JJ McCarthy, 15. Completing 15 out of 24 passes. 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and one interception, 0 sacks.
He ran for 1 too.
And he ran for 1 too as well. He was pretty efficient with his legs, getting things moving down the field. And he wasn't, he wasn't bad as he was in games before. I think he took a step in the right direction. He's getting a little better. He's getting more. He's being more efficient with his passing and making the correct reads. I think JJ McCarthy is going to be he's going to be all right for the Minnesota Vikings, right? He threw for 250 yards. Justin Jefferson, we want to see JJ McCarthy and Justin Jefferson hook up more when it comes to pass plays and things like that, but they got the win. Justin Jefferson, he missed a few passes that I think that he could have caught. He didn't get as much separation on a few passes that JJ McCarthy attempted to him, but they're going to build when it comes to the future, as they continue to work together. Then we're looking at the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, 23 for 38, all these beautiful passing yards and passing attempts, almost 300 yards, 294 yards passing, 0 touchdowns. 0 touchdowns, 2 sacks. George Pickens was pretty quiet tonight, man. The savior. Everybody thought that George Pickens was going to come to the Dallas Cowboys, and he wasn't. He is a difference maker, but he isn't changing. He isn't stopping. He isn't getting the Cowboys to the playoffs. That ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
That ain't happening. CeeDee Lamb went 6 catches for 111 yards. No touchdowns because we know Dak Prescott didn't throw any touchdowns, and George Pickens had 33 yards receiving. 3 catches, 33 yards receiving. So what can we say? Give it up.
That's not Dak Prescott. That's Dak Prescott. He's gonna get those numbers up, man. Go for 4,000 yards. But when it's time to make that play, when you make time to make that play on third down, he ain't gonna convert it. When it's time to come back, he ain't gonna do it. When it's time to hold the lead, he ain't gonna do it. He gonna get you those yards though. He gonna make it look good on the numbers.
Yeah, he will always have some great numbers, making it look like he had a chance, like he did his job, right? He made the big plays when he's supposed to make the big plays. It was someone else's fault. But this has been a long season for Jerry Jones, man. From the Michael Parsons drama to thinking George Pickens will solve their problems. Now losing to JJ McCarthy. How does that feel? If I'm judging Jerry Jones' fruit like I see it, and if I'm correct, he's very upset about this loss today. Y'all talk to me, man. Is it me, or does it seem like the Cowboys are in the same predicament at the end of the game, or most of their games, looking desperate for points, but not enough time to finish the comeback, Look like they're about to make a comeback and win the game, but like they're always running out of time and chasing for points. That's what it looked like. The Dallas Cowboys, every game, like most of their games, comes down to at the end of the game. When they're winning games, and obviously we're not talking about those games. Is that just me? Am I right, or am I not seeing things right? It always looked like the Cowboys are chasing at the end of the game. Fourth quarter, 5 minutes left.
Yeah, that's our way to how Dak Prescott always get his yards at the end of the game. Exactly. When people playing loose, and he getting these 30-yard completions, putting them stats up, and it's looking crazy. Like he got 300 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, and a loss.
That's pretty much the story of the Dallas Cowboys,
that
right?
happens all the time.
Looks like It's like we're right there. Oh, we're about to win the game. Oh man, we're over the hump. Then they put the camera angle on Jerry Jones and see how frustrated he is at the end of the game, and he just had to get up and walk away. Like how you lose at the blackjack table when you had about 5 splits. You have to just get up and walk away. Nothing you can do.
Man, after they made that trade, they beat the Raiders, the Eagles, and the Chiefs all back to back. It was a 3-game winning streak. They was like, oh yeah, we done what we got to do. We got our trade, we got our defense good.
We saved. Hey, we found the player that changes everything for us. George Pickens is the difference maker, guys. Don't worry. And we don't have nothing else to worry about. I traded for Quinnen Williams. He's going to help the defense stop the run. This is the perfect team, guys. Just sit back and wait. I am the greatest general manager. I know what I am doing. That's
the hopes was high. The hopes was high. And I feel like today was a day was like, damn, we still ain't shit. Today was that day. that was that look at that face like.
Man, it's like, man, I'm telling you, the Dallas Cowboys, they leave no more room for hope, right? All the hope, all the expectations, it's just like it's forced to be ripped away from if you're supporting the Dallas Cowboys. Because it's like, what can you possibly do to make the team better, right? And as soon as they make a move to make the team better, another position, another segment of the team just falls completely apart, right? Now it's the freaking secondary. Dallas has to do something with that secondary. You know, things need to change immediately in the secondary for Dallas Cowboys heading into next season. They have to fix things in the secondary some way, somehow. You know, and Deron Bland, you know, he still can make a play. He still can show up and be effective. But at the end of the day, he was a one-hit wonder. You know, and he's paid a lot of money, but at the end of the day, he's a one-hit wonder. But at least he can still make a play, unlike the rest of the secondary. You know, nobody else in the secondary is able to make a play. It's that bad back there.
It was.
It's just every week it's that bad. You know, and this is pretty much the story of the Dallas Cowboys. Looking like they're about to make a comeback, then running out of time. You know, it's just like that excuse they can have. If we'd had enough time, a little bit more time was on the clock. No, man, it's something that's happening during that game that the Dallas Cowboys aren't doing to achieve these victories, you know. But let me tell y'all a little secret, man. Let me tell y'all a little secret about receivers, man. You know, I spend a lot of time with receivers. You know, receivers, they are the biggest complainers when it comes to football, right? And when a receiver get D'd up by the secondary, you will see them complain. And CeeDee Lamb made me think about this. Mostly every receiver, I'm talking about mostly every receiver. I'm not going to say every receiver, but mostly every receiver does some kind of gesture when they get D'd up. And I remember playing against Chris Chambers. This is not no shot at no one, but I remember playing against Chris Chambers. And when he didn't make a catch, you will see it on film, you will see it during the game, you will see it anywhere he's playing football. And when he didn't make a catch and someone was there like they had really good coverage, he would look at the ref. It was like instantly. He was so used to it. It was automatic. As soon as he get D'd up and don't catch the ball, he would look at the ref. Every time. I mean, he did not miss a beat. When you watched him on film and studied him on film, he'd just be looking. As soon as he doesn't catch the ball, he's looking at the ref trying to imitate. Throw the flag.
Yeah, something happened on that play that I ain't catch it.
Yeah, man. It's like
that's kind of like hearing you say that. It's kind of like boxing. Like when boxing, somebody get hit with a good punch, they shake their head like no, like they ain't get hit. Yes, you did. That's why you shaking your head like that.
You know it hurt. Exactly the same type of scenario. You know what I mean? And I don't even think Chris Chambers realized he had a bad habit, as bad as it was, man. And but that was one funny thing that we recognized. And like I said, what receiver did y'all, if y'all recognize it, I'm real tedious and pay attention to the small things, but if y'all if y'all recognize like I did, what receiver did y'all see tonight that when he got D'd up and he didn't make the catch, he does this every time? Come on, chat. Y'all with me? What receiver does this? Chat.
Who was it? Lamb?
Y'all, hey, pay attention next time. CeeDee Lamb. Every time CeeDee Lamb get D'd up and he don't catch the ball, it's like he's just looking. I don't know if he's looking at the refs. So he's just so calm and subtle. But pay attention to receivers, man. They do not take getting D'd up well, man. That is not something they're proud of or happy about. They will really complain. They feel entitled. They shouldn't be getting D'd up.
Mm-hmm.
But J.J. McCarthy, man, he looks like he can operate that offense just fine to me. He looks like he can get it done. To me, he showed, he got what it takes pretty much to be the quarterback of the future for the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who or where they can find a much better quarterback. You could possibly try to take their chances in the draft. I don't know, but he looks pretty efficient. I didn't say how good or how great he will be, but I'm just saying looks like he can pretty much get the job done.
Especially if he get a better job of getting Justin Jefferson the ball. You gotta get Justin Jefferson the ball more involved. Even though it was some plays where Jefferson could have made some plays, but he gotta be more involved in the game plan. I think the first quarter, I think he only had like one target, and then the second quarter he had a few, but he gotta get more involved. And I heard like the announcers talking, they had a conversation with him, and at first he didn't want to force him the ball, or he was kind of like nervous of like make sure he get his yards, make sure he gets catches, stuff like that. So the more time he get with him, the more comfortable they're going to get, and I feel like it's going to naturally come.
Yeah, for sure. And that just come with time with anything, experience. You gain wisdom. You in the game, just in football terms, it just starts slowing down for him. But I like his energy. I like his confidence. His moxie. I like the moxie he brings to the table and all those type of characteristics. So we'll see. He's just a small guy. These small quarterbacks, but hey, size doesn't matter. Just go get the job done. Size doesn't matter. But let's move. We're moving right on, man. Chat. We have to talk about the Denver Broncos beating up on
Green Bay,
the Green Bay Packers, and the Denver Broncos beat the Green Bay Packers 34-26. Hey, the Denver Broncos beat the. Let me share the screen. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, 34-26. Anybody shocked? Bo Nix outplayed Jordan Love. Anybody shocked? Man, all right, let's get to these.
Bo Nix was out there slinging it today, man. He made some good passes and some tight windows for touchdowns. He was looking good today.
Oh man, he was looking swell. Hold on, let me get this right. Here we go. That'll say, y'all bear with me a little bit. There we go. What the total yards at? Here we go. Total yards. Am I seeing the total yards? Oh, here we go. 362 yards of total offense for the Green Bay Packers. 391 yards of total offense for the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix. And they was third down efficiency. Green Bay Packers had an edge on the Denver Broncos. 6 out of 13. The Denver Broncos was 4 out of 11. Fourth down efficiency, 1 out of 3 for the Green Bay Packers, 2 out of 4 for the Denver Broncos. And like I said, you see the total yardage and things like that. And then we move right along. Then we go to the stats. Then we let's look at these individual stats. Individual stacks. Woo! Bo Nix, 23. He completed 23 out of 34 attempts for 302 yards.
Balling.
4 touchdowns. 0 interceptions. 0 sacks to go along with that. And then we got Jordan Love. He went 24 out of 40, 271 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks, and a lot of bad throws. Pretty much a lot of bad throws. Yeah, pretty much.
I seen that some of those balloon balls just thrown up in the middle of the field with just and a group of people just hoping the Green Bay Packers come down with it. End up being interceptions. I definitely seen that today.
But let me confess, man. Let me go ahead and confess. Bo Nix. Now I told y'all Bo Nix. He went 23 out of 34, 302 yards, 4 touchdowns. Let me change my tune when we're talking about Bo Nix, man, the Broncos and the Denver Broncos. Let me change my tune a little bit, all right? Let me change my tune. I'm not going to make my regular statement how I usually make my regular statement about Bo Nix. But Sean Payton is ecstatic about Bo Nix right now. Yeah, that's right. He's not. It's not how long before he's tired of Bo Nix anymore. Sean Payton is ecstatic with Bo Nix. Bo Nix is his guy. No more speculating for me anymore.
Yes, sir.
And I'm all done with that. He clearly outplayed Jordan Love in a head-to-head matchup. And the biggest disappointment in this game for me was Jordan Love. Jordan Love did not step up and play to the elite level he should be playing at. And it's mainly because of his mechanics. His mechanics hurt Jordan Love at a critical time and critical moment in the game, man. Throwing off that back foot cost the Packers the game. Pretty much. That's what cost the Packers the game. It was a big third down conversion. He threw off his back foot, and ball pretty much almost got intercepted because he put the ball behind the wide receiver. And he's going to learn, man. It's going to get much harder to be accurate. It's much harder to be accurate throwing off your back foot. Simple as that. And he has to learn that, man. But bad habits, they tend to stick to us, man. And it's hard to get rid of unless you get somebody to work with us and recognize what's going on. And then after that, him throwing off his back foot and being inaccurate, he pretty much missed all the opportunities he had at the end of the game to take back the lead. After, he missed that big opportunity, it was pretty much downhill. It was like Jordan Love ran out of energy in the fourth quarter. His passes went from playing outstanding, passing the football outstanding, in the beginning of the game to like he just fell off the map, at the end of the game, just playing horrible. He started playing horrible at the end of the game. And then we automatically seen his confidence go from here to here. Once Patrick Surtain picked him off, he wasn't the same anymore. He had confidence watching tape that he can attack Patrick Surtain. And he tried to attack Patrick Surtain with those 50-50 balls. And what happened, Dre? What happened?
Interception. What you were saying earlier about the wide receivers, when they get frustrated, when Jordan Love look like he get frustrated, it like he put like a blank face on, like he not even there no more. Like where did Jordan Love go? I don't know if you ever noticed that about Jordan Love. He just had that blank face on, like he not even playing a football game.
I gotta watch him. I gotta see him. You know what I mean? Yeah, I gotta check that out. Yeah, man,
but the Broncos, they won 10 straight games. They coming down to being close. It's coming down to the last 3 or 4 weeks, man. They gotta be the number 1 seed. How much you played on a team that won a lot of games in a row? How much pressure is it to keep on winning? And like, what's your mindset going through that on them long winning streaks?
It's the hardest thing ever in a team sport, or just say football, to continue to win over and over, like what we're talking about, having a 10-game winning streak. The pressure becomes more pressure, and it becomes harder. The challenge becomes even greater. Like it's one of the I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know what's the correct word to use, but it's definitely one of the most challenging things. It's like right before it's time to play postseason football, you almost want to lose a game to reset the team and reset everybody's mindset to get everybody back in that hunger mentality. So trying to go undefeated and win consecutive games over and over and over, it's like it feels like you almost have to play perfect or be the perfect team to continue to have that success. And
Right.
yeah, man, it's just one of those things that is you want to be undefeated, you want to win all those games, but at the same time, your team and certain players, or just the mindset of the players, may need to feel psychologically that loss to gain that hunger back. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it's when I played for the Patriots and we went undefeated, we won 18 games straight or 19 games, however many it was, and then lost the last one. Every game we played from the third week of the season was very difficult, because then at the same time you're going to get every team's best game, because that every team wants to be the team known for knocking that team off or stopping that streak. You know what I mean? Like, think about it, right? Who wants to be known for letting a team come into their house and continue a streak, winning 11 game at our home field advantage? You know what I mean? Winning the 12th game at our home field, the 13th game at our home field, So
Right.
it's a lot of pride that comes in the play when you're talking about trying to win and just beat just win against other grown men. So yeah, great question, man. Great question, man. Great question. Any
They
more?
got
You got any more of those before we moving on?
Yeah, as we go along, I'll pull them out. But yeah, they got a tough game coming up against the Jaguars. The Jaguars been hot. You changed your mind about Trevor
Jaguars
Lawrence?
another hot team, man.
You changed your mind
Jaguars
about
another.
Trevor Lawrence yet, or no? What you think?
Nah, I ain't quite changed my mind about Trevor Lawrence, and I'm bringing my lawyer on when I'm finished with what we're dealing with. We got some personal issues going on. He is a Jacksonville fanatic, and he's ready to debate. And I had some pushback to him about Trevor Lawrence, and he's letting me have it right now about Trevor Lawrence. And yeah, I'm gonna bring him on, and we're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? But man, Michael Parsons, man, it was horrible to watch Michael Parsons go down with that contact injury, man.
Right.
And like I say, man, nobody can predict which players will be healthy at this time of the season, man. But you don't want to see that happen. You don't want to see that happen, and it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's nothing that can be prevented or nothing that you can prepare for. It's just a part of the game, and you just hope it doesn't happen to your important player or your favorite player, or however you want to, chop it up. It's just, I seen the frustration and the pain in Michael Parsons' eyes, man, when that injury occurred, man. So shout out to Michael Parsons, man. This is a big season for him, and the Packers got a good opportunity to do some good things, but man, Michael
Yeah,
Parsons, man, he
not
ain't
being
gonna
able to
do
get
it.
on the field actually hurt more than the actual injury sometimes. You know what I mean? Like if somebody
Absolutely.
like you see it in their face, it ain't because that pain hurt. It's that feeling like, damn, I can't get out there with my brothers and go get this win. Like we got big goals this year, especially like with the Packers, man. They had a feeling of going on a Super Bowl run. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I know, and people forget these are humans at the end of the day. Like still got to deal with that. Like when this football game is over, they still got to go home and deal with these injuries and stuff like that. And I be trying to explain to people like these are still humans playing football. I mean, of course they doing the thing they love, but at the end of the day, man, I shout out to all the people that got hurt today. Hope is a speedy recovery. Hope everybody mental be right. You know what I mean, and get back as soon as they can.
Yeah, like you say, man. I don't know what people think and how this process goes, but whether if we're away and we get injured, we have to fly home with the injury hurting. Yes, we have trainers and staff on the plane to help mitigate the damages and the pain that we're feeling, but we're still dealing with these same problems that we had in the football game at home. Nothing goes away. Nothing magically disappears. And yeah, it's very painful. It's uncomfortable, and it's just a part of our life, man. It's a part of our life. But yeah, moving right along, man. The Bears, Chicago Bears dominated the Cleveland Browns, man. Yeah, the tough one, man. The tough game. Let me get this right. Sorry, y'all.
The Bears do what the Bears been doing all season long, man. They been forcing them turnovers.
They're forcing the turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, forcing them turnovers, man. They ain't playing, man. And they didn't let up on Shedeur either. How we looking? We see we got this game right here, the Bears. Yeah. All right. Man. All right. Chicago Bears dominated Cleveland Browns 31-3. And yeah, man, total yards for the Cleveland Browns, 192 yards, total offense, 361 yards for the Chicago Bears, man. They look like a pretty good team today, I can't lie. And let's get into it. Shedeur Sanders was 18 for 35. He had 142 passing yards. If I add that correctly, I think they subtracted that from the sacks. And then we had Caleb Williams, 17 for 28, 219 yards. How many touchdowns did he have?
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And yeah, he played a hell of a game, man. He did everything right?
Mm-hmm.
He did his job, and he made some plays. He showed that he could do some pretty good things. Let me get this right before we.
Yeah, I feel like Ben Johnson bring out the best of Caleb Williams. I feel like that's a great matchup that came together, and it's been working out for them because Caleb Williams looking like a whole different person this year.
Whole different player, man. It's possible, man. They can end up in the Super Bowl as well. I think they have the most complete team out of all the teams we watched this week. You know, they look like the most dominant team on offense and defense, as well as running the football, being a physical football team. But it was a tough game for Shedeur, man. Tough game for Shedeur today, Tough game for Shedeur. But he also did some really good things with what he has to work with. He doesn't have much to work with on that team, if you ask me, And there was a few plays he will have to learn from, 2 of his interceptions. Two of his interceptions I could live with because those are plays Shedeur can easily make adjustments on, right? He has some plays he has to learn from. He threw 3 interceptions, and out of those 3 interceptions, 2 of them I can live with, right? Because, like I said, those plays he can learn from and get better. His second interception, the second interception of the game, he tried to complete to your boy, Jerry Jeudy. And we know that just didn't make no sense. That just didn't make any sense. And here we are, Jerry Jeudy. Between Jerry Jeudy and Kevin Stefanski, I don't know who is trying to sabotage Shedeur Sanders play on the football field. I don't understand. Between those two, who is it? Who don't want to see Shedeur succeed?
You think Jerry Jeudy against him?
Tell me, why is it that crazy things only happen to Shedeur Sanders? Not when Dylan Gabriel's in the game or anything like that. Why does only crazy things happen when Shedeur Sanders is back at quarterback?
Man, who knows?
The game started off like things were about to go bad for Cleveland. From the first possession of the game, Cleveland starts on their 1-yard line. Then on the next series, Shedeur was trying to beat the delay of game clock, but he didn't get a snap off in time. But why? Why didn't he get the snap off in time? And why was he battling, trying to get the snap off fast enough to beat the delay of game clock? Why? I'm gonna show you why right now.
Check in with Allison.
Kevin, worth noting with Cleveland's offense struggling just operationally to start this game. Prior to this possession, when Shedeur was on the sideline, he actually came over. They removed the wristband with the play calls in there, and they made a change to one of the sheets and some tweaks some changes with that wristband that he wears with the play call. So that could have been part of the issues they had early.
One more time.
Back in with Allison.
Kevin, worth noting with Cleveland's offense struggling just operationally to start this game. Prior to this possession, when Shedeur was on the sideline, he actually came over. They removed the wristband with the play calls in there, and they made a change to one of the sheets and some tweaks, some changes with that wristband that he wears with the play call. So that could have been part of the issues they had early.
Why does something always happen when Shedeur Sanders is at quarterback? That's all I'm asking. Why is something fishy always going on?
That's the first time I ever heard that in life, getting the wrong plays.
You know what I mean? You mean to tell me it's possible that Shedeur actually had the wrong plays on his wristband? You know? You mean to tell me it's possible the plays on Shedeur's wristband wasn't matching the calls from the offensive coordinator? Is that possible? This can't be true, man. This can't be true.
That's what they saying.
This is by far the first time I have ever heard something like this, man, on the NFL level. This is by far the first time, you know. But that's what Shedeur's up against. He's up against all odds, you know. You know, when it comes to Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns, somehow, some way, he's up against all odds. And he has to overcome the odds and adversity and still be him somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
So many funny situations. Then after Shedeur ran for 9 yards on a 3rd and 10, y'all remember it was one of a significant run during the game. It looked like Shedeur had the first down, but he missed it by inches. Cleveland needed inches to get the first down on 4th and inches. Then you know what happened? Kevin Stefanski decided not to go for it and punt the ball.
For inches.
When did Kevin Stefanski ever not have the confidence in his football team to run the football or to gain interest in this matter? That just didn't make any sense to me.
Man, they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing to lose, man. They ain't playing for no playoff spots. They already eliminated. Go for it. The whole NFL going for 4th down was 5 times a game.
It didn't make any sense. And I don't want to hear this Tommy Reed stuff. That was his call. No, man, that's Kevin Stefanski call. He's responsible for everything. You know, I didn't understand that. Why didn't he go for it on 4th down? It was simple. That was a simple bang, bang call. Yes, we're going for it. It's inches. Quarterback sneak, fullback draw, something very fast and quick, you know. But all right. So Shedeur's first interception, the 2 interceptions I said that Shedeur I can live with because Shedeur can learn from it. The first interception, you know, Shedeur, he can sell the play action a lot better to get the line, get the back of the bite up on the run fake. That's what he can do on that play, as well as he also needs to get more elevation on that pass so he can get the ball over the backer's head if the backer doesn't bite on the run fake, like, you know, the backer didn't bite, you know. So that was the first interception that I could live with. You know, just get a little better at selling those play action passes, and then boom, you know, figure out that exact height he needs to get it over back of heads. You know, that's it's not a big deal, you know. And Shedeur was pretty good in the pocket. I like how Shedeur is getting used to being manipulating the pocket, you know. But it also scares me how confident Shedeur is in the pocket, holding the football until the last second and getting rid of it. It gets a little scary for back there, you know. He's trying to make a play. Shedeur wants to make a play, every play. And, you know, sometimes that hurt the elite players, and the top players are good players because every play isn't going to be a big play. And yeah, Shedeur is working that pocket, man. Yeah. He showed some athleticism.
Another thing today, the Browns cannot get the ground game going. You know, I mean, Browns is usually a good running team. They can that probably would have helped too with the selling that play action, but they wasn't able to get the run game going. They gotta get that going to help Shedeur out, making it easier for him too.
Yeah, most definitely, man. The Shedeur Sanders had more rushing yards than Quishon Judkins.
For 2 carries.
No, 24
right.
yards. right? Was it 24, 26 yards, and Quinshon Judkins had 21 yards, 24 yards? Like, that's pathetic. That's pathetic. That's what I mean when I'm saying, why does these type of things happen to Shedeur? Why does these things only happen to Shedeur? I mean, Quinshon Judkins, he averaged at least 70 yards a game when he was running the football for Dillon Gabriel, right? I don't know, man. But yeah, man, was one play, man, Shedeur Sanders, he showed some athleticism, man, and his footwork and skills like that when the Bears sent the blitz on second, I think in the second quarter on third down, it was the second third down of the game, right? And yeah, it was the second third down of the game. Shedeur showed some skills. They sent the blitz, and Shedeur waited to the last minute again. Had my heart, anxiety, everything. Like, watch out! And boom, he did a nice little move, man, and made and escaped. And yeah, that was just a good play. And yeah, I thought that was pretty impressive because it looked like he was about to get strip sacked.
But you gotta get it. One of the reasons the Bears are good right now, you gotta give them a shout out because they got 21 interceptions this year. They lead the league in interceptions. They taking that ball away, and they did it 3 times a day. I mean,
yeah, man.
If they keep that up, that's a good way to make it to the Super Bowl right there. You keep taking that ball away.
Oh, absolutely, man. And I've been meaning to give a shout out to Nashawn Wright, man. He played his way into one of the top cornerback conversations this season, man. He's a difference maker for the Bears. He stands at 6'4". 6'4". He's very tall, and his height and wingspan is pretty much half the battle as a cornerback. If you can be bigger or the same size as the wide receiver, it's easier to get your hands on them or just overwhelm them because of the size. So he is one of the main impact players on the defense when it comes to making those turnovers. He leads that team with 5 interceptions, and he can play it all, man. He's not just a tall, lanky cornerback. He could break on the football. He has instincts. He reads the quarterback well, and he just plays. He understands the concept and does a really good job for the Chicago Bears. And he's working his way up. He's not going to get as much recognition as the other cornerbacks and other players because he was a late round pick. He's coming up off the practice squad. So, I'm one of those players that give a shout out to you regardless, long as you out there making plays and, you deserve the shout out. So shout out to Nashawn Wright, man. Shout out to Nashawn Wright, man. So, but yeah, man, Jerry Jeudy, man. Woo! Jerry Jeudy is blowing the money. He is blowing the money fast, man. And it's starting to look like Jerry Jeudy is the plant put in place to screw Shedeur over, man. I can't help but say it's starting to look like Jerry Jeudy is the plant put in place by to screw Shedeur Sanders over. What else are we supposed to say about Jerry Jeudy? This can't be tolerated. Homeboy has more problems than any wide receiver in the NFL, from the drop passes to fumbles, and now what was today was just awful. He's just giving the football away. Just give it away.
So he the plant.
Just a few weeks ago, he was screaming at Shedeur to throw him the freaking football. Or make an accurate pass because he was so excited to get, one of his biggest plays. Now look. Now Shedeur is looking for you, hitting you right in the chest. And what happened? You give the ball to Jalen Johnson. How does the ball end up in Jalen Johnson, the cornerback's hand, when Shedeur Sanders just made a perfect pass and hit you right in your chest? Jalen Johnson wasn't even expecting or looking for the football. That's how awful this play was by Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy confirmed in this game at that moment that he isn't ready for high level football. He cannot handle the pressure. At least not on a consistent basis. That is, man, listen. Yeah. He couldn't have played for the teams that I played for. The coaches I played for, Andy Reid, Bill Belichick, you would either be traded, put on IR, injured reserve, or you would be cut after a game like this. Just like that. There is no more excuses, nothing to talk about. And that's why I think the accountability these days is just not at where it should be, because maybe the game is a little more saturated than when we played back then. It's just not as much talent. Did I say saturated? I'm sorry. There's not as much talent available as it was back then, But Jerry Jeudy, don't worry about Jerry Jeudy. He's writing his own ticket out of Cleveland. You don't have to worry about him much longer. I can promise you that.
He just had a good game last week.
Yeah, man. It's about consistency. How consistent can you be? And that was last week. NFL is about what have you done for me lately? And what have you done for me lately?
I was referring to the plant part. He ain't no plant. He did good last week.
Oh, you got to do good sometimes if you're a player. You can't just be out there free balling and freelancing and screwing up the game and making everybody recognize. You can't.
All right, he got blended in. All
you got to blend it in. You got to mix it up a little bit, and then you got to go out there and show out there. While I'm watching him on the press conference talk about his touchdown, he was just. He was just nonchalant, wasn't happy, wasn't excited about it. I don't know, man. I don't know if who put Jerry Jeudy there, man, to be. I don't know what's going on, man. But yeah, man. I think, man, the Jerry Jeudy has the most drops in the NFL. I think he probably has around 16 drop passes this season. Yeah, that's about a drop a game, a drop and some per game. Like that turns into inconsistent football. You know what Shedeur should do with Jerry Jeudy?
What's that?
He shouldn't throw Jerry Jeudy another pass for the rest of the season. That's how you make him feel that pain.
He gonna come to the sideline and cuss him out again.
I mean, how many times is Shedeur supposed to let Jerry Jeudy continue to screw him over? I mean, how many times? Or should I say, how long will Stefanski allow Jerry Jeudy to do damage to the team, or should Shedeur Sanders? Because that's ultimately who's allowing this. That play could have been a huge momentum shift for the Browns and a chance for Shedeur to make a comeback. But again, just like games before, Jerry Jeudy, it's a bonehead play. That's worse than, when players, that I don't know if it's worse than, but y'all let me know. The Jerry Jeudy play was almost worse than, when players have a wide open touchdown, you run right into the end zone, and right before you get the end zone, you start celebrating, you let the football go, and now it's not a touchdown. Jerry Jeudy play is right up there with those type of bonehead plays, man. Jeez. I mean, the football actually hit him in the chest. And you talking about accuracy, it hit him right in the chest. And then, like you say, man, it was like, where was Quinshon Judkins in the running game? Why does Shedeur Sanders have to do everything on his own mostly? Where is the help at? And like I said, the game started off so funny, getting the football on the 1 yard line, the delay of game calls from the issues with the wristband and not knowing if he's making the correct calls and everybody's on the same page. It's just so much funny craziness going on that it's just hard to say that that Shedeur is actually getting a fair chance. It's just hard, man. It's just, I don't know, man. In the draft, Cleveland need to focus on offensive linemen and receivers. That's it. Straight focus on offensive linemen and receivers. In the first 2 rounds, that's the focus.
Well,
strictly on wide receivers and offensive linemen. That's the only 2 positions. And Cleveland would be all right if they can find players in those 2 positions to make an impact on the team immediately. I promise you, Cleveland will be a really good team. Have Shedeur Sanders at quarterback, because he clearly shows how effective he could be when the offensive line gives him a little time get, to make his reads and get the football down the field. He showed what he could do. Obviously, he's a rookie. He's going to make some plays, make some mistakes. So, against the number one, against the team that creates the most turnovers, it is what it is. Shedeur just,
Joanna said, and a new coach. Don't forget that. That's what the Browns need.
Man. I'm still up in the air about a new coach, man, because there's a lot of pros and cons that can come along with a new coach. A new coach can automatically want a new quarterback, and he can want to change things around. But
he already won a new coach. He already won a new quarterback.
Yeah, you're right, but a new coach, definitely. He definitely need a new coach, you know what I mean? Even though, man, this was an ugly loss for Cleveland, I think about Shedeur. Just think about Shedeur at quarterback and how Myles Garrett feels, right? Remember Myles Garrett's first sack, man. Shedeur, right after he got a sack, Shedeur came in and he threw a lightning, like a bomb to Isaiah Bond. And it was right after Myles Garrett's sack. And it was like, okay, I know Myles Garrett had to feel good. Okay, I get a sack, then they offense making plays. But obviously, the team didn't finish good on that drive, and they end up having a punt or Shedeur turned the football over or whatever. But it was a good feeling, It's a good feeling. It's something that Myles Garrett isn't used to, and it's Jerry Jeudy, man. Jerry Jeudy was the problem. Jerry Jeudy was the problem, man, in this game. And I'm curious to hear or to see what Stefanski has to say about that play and moving forward with this team, man. And we'll see, man. But yeah, like I said, I like Chicago, man. Chicago has the formula to be one of the last teams standing, man, when we talking about the postseason, man, all around, man. I can't lie. Chicago looks really good, man. They run the ball really well. They have two running backs that can slice you and dice you, man. Also on defense, they can stop the run, man. And then the amount of turnovers they're creating, yeah, that's a good formula, good recipe for success.
For sure.
And but yeah, Chicago Bears, man, getting it done. I'm looking forward to watching the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams in the playoffs, man. He was one of those players that took a lot of criticism in the offseason and we wasn't too sure of how effective he would be, but he's showing up, man. He's making some really nice throws. Really, really nice throws. But yeah, let's move right on, man. What you got to say? Talk to me.
No, I was gonna say he definitely made me a believer because I was one of the people that didn't believe in Caleb Williams. He couldn't win a big game, a meaningful game. But this year, man, like I said earlier, I felt like that Ben Johnson helped him out, man. He out there making throws I haven't seen him make and be able to get the ball down the field. I'm like, I'm actually like becoming a fan, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm liking this game.
Coaches make players, man, can change the player's life, man, for real. But yeah, man, moving right along, we got the Chargers. Chargers versus the Chiefs, man, the game of the week. Game of the week. And everybody waiting to see if the Chargers or the Kansas City Chiefs is going to make it to the playoffs. All right, in this game right here, the Los Angeles Chargers beat the Kansas City Chiefs 16-13. The Los Angeles Chargers had 295 yards of total offense, while the Kansas City Chiefs had 239 yards of total offense. Third down, Kansas City Chiefs 6 for 13, while the Los Angeles Chargers was 5 for 14. Nobody attempted fourth downs. Attempts, right? Wasn't too much action going on offense in this game. And we all know Patrick Mahomes, he went down with an injury, and it's said to be a ACL. So prayers up to Patrick Mahomes, man. We don't wish that on no one, and hopefully have a fast recovery. Patrick Mahomes goes 16 for 2,889 yards, 0 touchdowns. 0 touchdowns by Patrick Mahomes, and 1 interception.
That's the past few weeks.
It's the past few weeks, man. He can't do it all by himself. Then we got Justin Herbert, man. He went 16 for 29, 210 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. And he was battling, man. He was battling. But what did I tell y'all? What did I tell everyone? I told everyone this is the year the Kansas City Chiefs will not make it to the playoffs. Definitely. And it's a sad day. It's a sad day for Chiefs Nation. We won't be getting a chance to root for everyone's favorite quarterback in the playoffs. We won't be able to see the Patrick Mahomes magic in the playoffs. The first time in 9 or 10 seasons. Huh?
When you said that back in September, I cannot imagine the playoffs without Patrick Mahomes. Every year he's been a starter. He went to the AFC Championship. I was like, what's the playoffs without Mahomes? But you was right. He was right. And all the people that was commenting saying you just saying anything, they need to come back and apologize. Y'all need to come back over here and apologize and be like, you was right.
Everybody who didn't believe me when I said the Kansas City Chiefs won't make the playoffs back in September owes me an apology. Drop your apology. Show up in the chat right now. Don't be ashamed of yourself. Hey, I apologize. I admit when I'm wrong. Y'all heard me admitting about Bo Nix. All right, I'm telling y'all, Bo Nix, he's one of the elite quarterbacks right now. You know what I mean? So, hey, y'all drop it in the chat. You know, because I made my predictions bright and early. Nobody could see what I could see. And yeah, man. So Broncos and the Chargers are gonna be fighting for the AFC West. No more Patrick Mahomes. And now we'll have a new.
That's crazy. I seen a clip today too, right? And it was one of Patrick Mahomes. He did like the little golf tournaments and all that stuff in the offseason. And somebody at that time was like, you better watch. He's like, watch out for Justin Herbert and the Chargers. He's like, man, I believe it when I see it. And now he's seeing it. He's still Chargers still fighting. And
well, hey, what a coincidence. The team I picked to go all the way to the Super Bowl knocks the team that I picked to make it to the playoffs out the playoffs, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? The team that I picked to make it to the Super Bowl, not the team out of the playoffs that I told everybody wasn't gonna make it to the playoffs.
Who would have guessed this though? Before the season, I wouldn't have guessed this. Before Christmas even came, they out the playoffs. It's not even coming down to the last week or nothing. They out the playoffs already. This was a bad year for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, I was just evaluating the talent. And it's just like it's too much of a struggle, man, for Patrick Mahomes to get that offense moving, man. It's like all that running around left and right. First of all, you have to, knock on wood, stay healthy. All that running around and trying to escape pressure and manipulate the pocket and create plays. That's a lot in itself right there, And then with him doing that, there's just not a ton of help on offense when he's creating all these plays, and it just has to do it over and over too much. And he either he needs a very effective running game, or he needs a Tyreek Hill type receiver that can blow the top off of defense. And he just doesn't have those. He don't have those assets that he used to have, man. A lot of those players are getting old, including himself. You got the Travis Kelce, you got the Pacheco. Pacheco's not old, but he's old in football years, being through the injuries. You got Kareem Hunt at running back. He's an older veteran type player. There's time for some new, fresh talent. Time for some better players, to add on to the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Because as you get older, you don't get better. You only get better up to a certain point. And then either you stay the same, you continue to maintain, or you start to fall off. That's just how it goes in the NFL. No one continues to just get better and better and better and better and better and better. It was like one person, ever did that, and that's Tom Brady, and that's a specific position, That's only one specific position. Obviously, we're talking about the quarterback position, but don't look for Patrick Mahomes to continue to just get better and better and better. No. He's going to start inching down a little bit, taking a step back, not being as effective or elite as he once was. And now, because he's not as elite, he still can do some elite things and be effective. Now you have to start putting the players around him to compensate for the things that he can't do anymore. And I don't know. We'll see if they can get all that figured out for the Kansas City Chiefs, man. But
yeah, I'm taking a look at their schedule. Not only they not making the playoffs this year, they may not finish over 500. They 6-8 right now with 3 games remaining, and one of them against the Broncos. So they might not even finish over 500.
Yeah. And Justin Herbert, man. Shout out Justin Herbert, man. Justin Herbert was super clutch, man. Kansas City Chiefs, man, they sent a lot of pressure at Justin Herbert. They wanted him to fold, and they was trying to get him out of his game, man. And he stood strong. There was a couple of plays, man, and he knew he was going to take a big hit, and he sacrificed his body to take those big hits to make sure he made the big play. And he got a few key passes. One of them was a touchdown. And he stood in the pocket at the very, very last minute, man. And he absorbed the hit and did what he had to do, man. That's what I'm talking about in those elite Super Bowl winning type quarterbacks. I'm speaking in existence for Justin Herbert, man. That's my Super Bowl pick, one of my Super Bowl teams, that I picked to make it to the Super Bowl this season. So we'll see.
You was talking about how there's a bunch of small quarterbacks. Justin Herbert, he a big boy, man. I seen when I was at the game last week, and I just seen the linebackers coming free and hitting them. They bouncing off of him. I'm like, this is a big boy.
That's a big boy, a real big boy, man. He looks like he's about the same size as Josh Allen, but I don't know. I haven't seen those two close together, but you can tell he's a huge boy. He's a huge boy. All right, man. We got the last segment or the last game of this episode right here, right? We're going to talk about the Bills versus the Patriots. The Bills versus the Patriots. Man, and let me load this up before we get going real quick.
Man, the Patriots was my pick to win the number 1 seed, but they can't give up a 21-point lead like that. And you at home too.
Dang. Everybody can see it?
Yep.
We good? Let me get on my phone. All right. The New England Patriots they lost against. They lost or they lose?
They lost.
They lost. That's the right. The New England Patriots lost against the Buffalo Bills, 35-31, baby. In an epic comeback, man. Josh Allen, man, and James Cook, man, they put on the show in the second half, man, along with some more help. They got a big momentum shift in the kickoff return by number 22, Davis, if I'm getting his name correct. But 349 yards of total offense for who we got there? The Buffalo Bills. And then we have 385 yards total offense for the New England Patriots, right? Let me push this down, son. Third down, man. Buffalo Bills was 8 for 14. Most of those third down conversions came in the second half. In the first half, it was shut down. I can't remember exactly the amount of third downs that the Buffalo Bills converted in the first half, but it was minimal. And then New England Patriots 5 for 10. They was pretty much shut down in the second half of the game. So that's how the momentum was swinging in this game right here. But they was going back and forth, man, and it was an epic game. Also, what do we get to? So 181 passing yards for Drake May. For Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, he went 19 for 28, while Drake May, 139 yards, 14. I think this is off. They must be subtracting the amount of sacks. But anyways, he went 14 for 23, 139 yards in this game. In this loss against the Buffalo Bills, they was pretty much mute in the second half. That's what it came down to for the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots went mute pretty much in the second half of this game. Yeah. And it was the first half. Everything was beautiful for New England Patriots. They was blitzing Josh Allen like it was crazy. Josh Allen didn't have the time to think. He didn't have time to tie his shoe. He couldn't read a hot read, anything. I don't know what it was that Mike Vrabel and the New England staff saw, but they obviously saw something in Josh Allen in that offense where they can exploit and have an extra man come free pretty much every play that they decided to blitz. That's what it looked like in this game to me. Looked like they was out coached, out schemed because of something they saw in the first half. And that's why the New England Patriots jumped out on them in the first half. Jumped out on them so much in the first half, basically because it looks like they pretty much had their number, man.
I was thinking the game was over, man. Being up 21 like that at home, I was like, oh yeah, Patriots gonna run away with this one. But then second half happened. That's why you play 2 halves of football.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on a team that blown that big of a lead before?
Man, I've been on teams that pretty much been through every situation in football, man. The one New England Patriots, man. When I played for the New England Patriots, we've played all type of football. We've blown leads. We've been beaten 31-0. You know, we've been the most the game that comes to my mind the most that we lost that they came back and took the lead from us was the Colts game, the AFC Championship, New England Patriots versus Indianapolis Colts. I had intercepted I ran an interception back for a touchdown. My first time picking off Peyton Manning, man, and I think the score was 20-7 at halftime. And then it was pretty much the same scenario, same type of situation. You know, we dominated in the first half. We had a number, and then they made the adjustments in the second half, and we didn't make the adjustments. And boom, they was able to pretty much come back and beat us in that game. But yeah, man. But for Buffalo, man, getting back to this game, the Buffalo Bills versus New England Patriots. Buffalo started off in this game, man. It was an ugly performance offensively and pretty much defensively too, man. And it was, Superman, he just didn't have an answer for that blitz, man. But that second half, he crunk up and he woke up, man. Josh Allen woke up and put on that cape.
And another thing too, they got the run game going. Well, James Cook is at first. James Cook only had like 20 yards in like the first half. Then the second half, he like over 80 yards in the second half running the ball.
That was pretty much Josh Allen and James Cook. They both helped each other out. They was both commending each other. And that's how they roll. They pretty much all they have on that team is Josh Allen and James Cook. One has to feed off of another, and they both just happened to come together at the right time because the first half was crazy for the Buffalo Bills. And I didn't want to have to say these type of things that I thought I was going to have to say about the Buffalo Bills, but it was getting ugly, and that team just, I don't know, man. They just need some talent. Let me tell you about Buffalo. Buffalo may have the slowest defensive unit out of all 32 teams in the NFL. When you watch the Buffalo Bills, they are unable to run anyone down who gets ahead of them whenever they have an angle, the perfect angle, or in any type of situation. I'm talking about from number 27 to number 24. All of the secondary is pretty much slow. Even the young Ricky Harrison, he ran a 4.3 at the 40, preparing for the NFL, and he doesn't look like he has the speed to run people down. I don't know. It's something about Buffalo. Get the Buffalo, and you lose your speed.
You lose your speed. It's too cold.
It's too cold out there.
Your bones are frozen.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I thought myself, man, there's no way the Patriots lose this game when it was 24-7 at the halftime. But I don't know. Drake May. What do we think about Drake May? I think Drake May and the New England Patriots, they need a bye week. Drake May winning 3 straight games in the playoffs and then talking about making the Super Bowl. I don't see that happening right now. I don't see that happening. His best chance is to get the first seed, get that bye week, so he only has to worry about 2 games instead of trying to win 3 games. That is the easiest path that I see and the best path that I see for the Patriots. From what I seen today, he did very well executing with his feet and using his feet when necessary. But I don't know. Especially when he saw man-to-man coverage, he adjusted well. But we'll see, man. I don't know if he's going to be able to get 3 games, win 3 games. Let's see who's possibly wild card in the AFC. Jacksonville.
No, Jacksonville gonna win the division. Well,
Jacksonville gonna win the division.
Or Texans. Jacksonville and Texans is whoever win that division.
And then possibly the Chargers or the Broncos, whoever don't win the division in AFC West, right? That'd be a tough matchup. Possibly the Buffalo Bills again, you know. So, like I say, man, it'd be very tough for Drake May to win 3 games straight when we're talking about the playoffs, man, against all these top teams around here. But he's doing really good, man. They had a 10-game win streak, and finally, or 9-game win streak, whatever it was, and finally came to an end. Now we'll just see, man. We'll see what they could do moving forward. And hopefully they didn't kill his confidence, because he did all right. He did all right.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's Sunday Night Vibes, man. How y'all doing out there, man? I hope y'all enjoyed the show tonight, man. Little couple technical difficulties, you know, and we should be back rolling tomorrow. Everything we back smooth and operating like it needs to be. But yeah, man, Shedeur Sanders, man, he continue to fight. You know, we got to continue to support, because we see the sabotage is coming from all type of ways, man. We don't know who's out there, man. It's like being set up in the street. You don't know who to trust these days. But it's Sunday Night Vibes, man. Drees, you have anything to say before we check out?
Man, just make sure y'all liking, subscribing, tuning in, because we got more. I can't believe it's week 15 already, but listen.
Week 15,
it's getting playoff time. It's coming. It's about to get real. So make sure y'all tuning in.
Yeah, so make sure y'all tune in, man. We got a lot more coming, man. And yeah, man, things are getting exciting, getting fun, man. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Miami Dolphins.
Yes, sir.
So
you're gonna see Tua in the cold. You know what he's doing in the cold.
We know what's happening in that cold, man. Expect a bunch of turnovers tomorrow as well, man. But it's your boy Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel.
It's your boy 2-3 Drees.
And we're gonna see y'all tomorrow, man. We are